What's good, everybody? Welcome back. This is workout number 6, new week. So this is day 1 of week 2. Little did I know it, day 6 and 7 of week 1 was very much needed. Very low intensity, very low volume. Um, I don't know it yet, that's for sure, until I hit my working sets. You'll see later. It was much needed. Had a good rest. Didn't feel like I was energetic, but the body's definitely rested for sure. And I was able to push through today. Today was tough, but I loved it. I loved the work I put in today. It felt really good. Reps felt solid. Um, Took some time to find rhythm, but weights were feeling uh, light-ish. So I'll take that as a win. No pain, no soreness wherever, and things just felt good. The only thing was it was tough, but it felt like a good tough. So I'm acclimating here again. So 40, set 1 for 5. This is 70 for 1, 3 reps. As you can see, the next variation for these few weeks onwards is a pause on the way down, or eccentric pause at the knees or just slightly under before I put it back down. Still loading up here, acclimating 100 for 1 set of 3 reps. So why did I choose this variation? So I have a very bad lockout. I can get the bar off the ground. I've got that power, but once it reaches just about my knees or under, my back starts to round and I have a tough time finishing the lift, and hence why I really want to reinforce that position under the knees. And now the second question is probably why I'm pausing on the way down and not on the way up. I know a lot of people like to do pauses on the way up, but my training philosophy resonates a lot with what Dave Tate says. What he said resonated with me a lot. Clearly, he's the one who coined it first. But what he said resonated with me a lot. If the bar is moving up, why are you training it to stop at the knees, right? So if I want to reinforce the position, I'll reinforce it on the way down, because the weight is going down. I'm actually fighting the weight up. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's just my logic behind it. And yeah, basically, if an athlete is already pulling the weight, I don't want to practice stopping at the knees. I want to finish that lift. If I want to reinforce that position, I'll pause on the way down there. Or even better, if I had access to a power rack or some training blocks to put the weight, I would pull from my weak position. I don't need to pause on the way up, It's just about reinforcing movement patterns, and I do not, and I really do not want to reinforce stopping halfway up. Okay, so basically that's my logic. So 5 sets of 5 there, pausing on the way down with 140. Now I backed off with 120. 3 sets of 7, no pause whatsoever, just normal deadlift, working on maximal force output, but also, the extra volume for the legs, as well as increase the amount of repetitions to practice the lift. And yeah, felt really good. This 120, this back off set, 3 sets of 7, felt amazing. Felt like I found the groove, especially after the pauses. This felt really easy. And moving on now. So everything's very posterior dominant at the moment. On to some hip thrust with the short bar. Again, I'm just no preference, just saving space because the short bar allows me to do this with the bench. If not, I have a tough time with ergonomics. But 4 sets of 10 reps with 70 here, just to really get the glutes and hamstring nice and pumped. I want to normalize a nice booty for men. That's the goal right there. After the hip thrust, some Bulgarian split squats supported and contra lateral weight loading. There's a reason for this because I really want to fire more on the outside of my quad as well as the outside of my glute, because I am a sort of semi-sumo deadlifter, and that's what I want to place emphasis on this time around. So here's a funny clip for you. This is what I usually do: leg extensions, banded, for my usual soft tissue work, but band damn betrayed me. I'm so sad. I couldn't do that anymore because any other band that I have is quite heavy or too light. So I had to find a variation, and this is what I came up with. I really want to stimulate the quads. Very high reps, still relatively easy, but these gave my quads a massive pump. So I'm in a tabletop position, feet elevated. So just bending and extending the knees. Man, these feel really good actually, but it does tire my upper body out because I am sort of holding a tabletop plank. But yeah, we gotta adapt, improvise, and overcome. That's it.